used to eat that, are you?
It'll be all right once you scrape the black off it.
Well, I don't fancy it.
Oh, can't you just stop moaning? Make some of your own.
Has Jack burnt the toast?
No, I did it. Sorry.
I thought we'd be late for school if we didn't make a start on the breakfast.
Well, he's supposed to be doing that. Where is he?
I don't know. When we got up this morning, there was no one around.
Yeah, we've been up rounding sheep since first light. Somebody left the gate open.
It wasn't us.
No, I know. This time of year, it's bound to be holiday makers.
Do you want to get them in?
No, it's okay. I just rounded the last of them. Jack was supposed to come back and start cooking.
It's okay, we can do without breakfast.
No! No, you can't. I won't have people say I don't feed you properly.
But it's nearly 8 now. We're going to miss the bus.
Well, your dad'll just have to get the car out and run you round to the bus stop. It's about time he did something round here to help.
You want to see my paper?
Oh, sorry, Alan, I borrowed it. Didn't think you were up yet.
No, I'm going back to bed. One of the joys of a full staff is you can get a lie in when you want one.
Oh, you can rely on us, Grandad. Oh, I've got everything sorted for the beer tent at the summer fair.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it, because me and Seth will be popping in for a celebration drink after he's won the Fruit and Veg Cup.
So you still think he'll win then, even with his carrots being stolen?
Of course he'll win. He always wins.
Well, he can celebrate in my beer tent then. Me and Grandad have organised real ales at special prices. It's going to be the highlight of the summer fair.
You've done a wonderful job, Tricia. I'm very proud of you.
So, how's your tent coming on?
I haven't finalised my plans yet.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to be so good at organising. Hope you haven't left it too late.
Hey, don't let her get you down.
Do you think she's going to show me up in front of Mr. Turner?
She's the one making a fool of herself. It's all over. The pub's as good as ours. Everybody knows she's lying about having the money. When we take over, we might have to get rid of her.
If you hadn't have run out of petrol, we'd have got 'em.
They've got to come back sometime. You'll get them then.
I like them. At least they're fun, not like the neighbours' wedding hotting.
Yeah, and you did say we should try and make some friends around here.
Yeah, well, in the Dingles case, I'll make an exception. You should see the file. That Mandy's been done for assaulting 3 police officers. Look, I'm sure there's some nicer people in the village. You'll probably meet some at the summer fair.
Yeah. Oh, I'm taking my bike this morning. Got to go up to the allotments after school, collect my veg for the contest.
I don't know why you're bothering with that.
It's good for him to have an hobby.
Gardening's for pensioners. When I was his age, I was chasing the local talent.
Shame you've never grown out of it.
So I shouldn't talk to neighbours, he should avoid gardeners. Maybe he should tell us what we are allowed to do.
We're only trying to help you to settle in, love.
And let us do it our own way. See you later.
Come on, I'm not on duty till 2. I'll drop you at the bus this morning.
You're supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, I was going to, but I found some campers up in the top field. Thought they could pitch a tent for free. Got to cheek some people, eh?
Yeah, I'm looking at one right now.
I couldn't let them get away with it.
Did you charge them a site fee?
No, they scarpered. I left a load of rubbish. I've been clearing it up.
So all you've done is make the kids late. You better get the car out and drive them to the bus, and if they miss that, you'll have to take them into Houghton.
I can't. I've got to make a start on the mowing. The weather could break any time.
Jack, they're your kids as much as mine. Sometimes you've got to put them first.
Oh, I get it. You're still angry about the school trip. That's what all this is about, isn't it?
We've let them down.
We couldn't afford it. Look, it won't matter. It's not such a big deal. They'll understand. It's like this morning. It doesn't matter if the kids are late for school just this once.
Oh, it matters to me. We're ready. I'll drive you to the bus.
Look, Sarah.
I haven't got time to discuss it now, Jack. We'll talk about it later.
Here you moved back into Mill Cottage.
Yeah. Thought it was about time Kathy and Biff had a bit of breathing space without me always being in the way.
Very thoughtful. Enjoy your breakfast.
Thanks.
You'll be pleased about Graham moving out then?
As a matter of fact, I suggested he stayed on.
I don't know why. Where's Claire for you and Kathy now?
And what's that supposed to mean?
Well, come on. Everybody knows you're meant to be together,
yeah.
Right? I know you had a bit of an hiccup with the proposal.
Well, thanks to people like you and Betty pushing me into doing it in front of everyone.
We just want you to be happy.
Then leave us alone. Me and Kathy are just going to cool it for a bit. We're going to take each day as it comes, OK?
Big mistake. Big mistake. You ought to strike while the iron's hot, if you ask me.
I am not asking you, Marlon. I'm fed up with people interfering. Me and Kathy are quite capable of sorting out our own lives. If it takes us a while, then you should be grateful.
How do you work that out?
It's simple economics, Marlon. If I moved in with Kathy, then you'd have to pay my share of the rent. So you better hope we don't start rushing into things.
See you later. Have you got any leads yet?
What?
My cess vegetables. I was wondering how far you'd got with your investigation.
To be honest, nowhere.
You're not taking this very seriously, are you?
I'd like to, but as I explained, the police have other priorities.
Now listen. If you want to fit in this village, you do well to take a bit more interest in our concerns.
Hurry up, make sure you look after your sister. See ya later. I thought we'd missed it this time.
One of those days.
One of those lifetimes. So you managed to persuade your husband to move into the village?
Yeah, I usually get my own way in the end.
You'll have to give me some tips.
Glad to. And you can give me some advice on settling into the village. I seem to have upset Betty Eggleton already.
Oh, that's easily done. Don't worry, she'll get over it.
Fancy a coffee?
Oh, I'd love one, but I'm supposed to be helping Jack with the haymaking, and I'm supposed to be sorting out the cake stall with Ashley for the summer fair, and if I've got a moment to spare, there's a pile of washing and ironing. You must think I'm a complete doormat.
It's your life.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And I deserve a break. Let's go and have that coffee.
I'll follow you.
Right, sir.
Hey,
Just finished work?
Can't get used to doing nights. It's hard to get to sleep when sun's shining.
Listen, Bernice was telling me that you and Tricia used to be quite close.
Yeah, that were a while back. We're just mates now. Why?
Well, I just thought maybe you could stop her from making a fool of herself over the pub. You know, all that crazy talk about having the money to buy the place.
I don't see how I can help you there.
Just talk to her. Unless, of course, you know, you think she really has found someone to put up the cash.
But according to your advert, you give unsecured loans all the time. That's what you're there for. OK, fine. I take your point. Sorry to have troubled you.
Oh, Ashley, you must think I'm a terrible person. I don't normally drop litter like that.
The paper doesn't matter, Bernice. I was just worried about you. You all right?
No, I'm not all right. In fact, I don't think I've ever felt worse.
So, how did you manage to persuade Sean to change his mind?
I handcuffed him to the bed.
What?
It took a few hours, but he started to see things my way.
Well, that wouldn't work with Jack. Certainly wouldn't solve the problem where the money was coming from for the boys' school trip.
Are things really bad financially?
Well, it depends how you look at it, really. The farm isn't making enough money to break even anymore, but we're sitting on land that's worth a small fortune.
So it's simple. Sell a few acres and all your problems are solved.
Oh, Jack could never do that. Farming's not just a job for him, it's his life. It goes back generations. It's his duty to tend this land until Robert and Andy are ready to take over.
Well, supposing they don't want to.
Break his heart.
And what about you? Where do you fit into all this?
Well, I certainly don't have farming in my blood. I was just an ordinary middle-class girl. I was a librarian. Just happened to fall in love with a farmer.
So you didn't know what farming life was going to be like?
Well, I don't think I should use that as an excuse. When I met Annie, she's my mother-in-law, I should have known what I was letting myself in for. Up at 5 to do the early milking, then back to the kitchen to cook nourishing meals for the family.
Was that my idea of hell?
Yeah, me too. I told myself it wouldn't be like that for me and Jack. We'd do it differently.
But it hasn't turned out like that.
Do you want to know what my worst nightmare is? I am terrified that I'll wake up one morning and find I've become Annie. Bottling jams and peeling spuds, quite unaware that there's any world going on outside Emmerdale.
What do you want out of life?
I don't think I know anymore. I'm just so busy worrying about whether the kids have got clean shirts or if I'll get all the chores done, that there just isn't time to think about myself anymore.
Well, I'd say this was a good time to start.
Here you are, love.
Finest broad beans you'll see at Dale's. That cook's as good as mine again.
Well, it should be, if there's any justice, but there are some would go to any means to keep it from you.
Oh, well, we ain't seen no sign of them for a while again.
I reckon that's their plan. Put us off our guard, then just before the contest, they'll strike again.
I'd better get these beans in greenhouse then.
Yeah, and padlock the door, 'cause you can't be too careful.
Reckon they'll come to need?
Well, if they do, we'll be ready for 'em. It's clear we'll get no help from the police. It's down to us to protect our own.
Now, are you going to tell me what's wrong?
Thanks. I don't know where to start.
It can't be that bad, surely.
It is. I've done a terrible thing, told lies, and I don't know how to get myself out of it.
We all of us tell lies sometimes, Bernice. Even me. The situation can usually be solved by owning up to the truth.
But if I do that, I'll lose everything.
Just calm down. Tell me about it from the start.
All right. I knew from the first moment I set eyes on my Gavin that he was the one for me. He's just perfect.
And none of us is perfect.
My Gavin is. It was the happiest day of my life when we got engaged. Like all my dreams had started to come true. Of course, I was worried he might forget about me being away on the rigs. But when he came to the village, it was just as good.
Yes, you do seem very well suited.
I'm not the sort of girl who'd want to profit from others' misfortune, but when Mr. Turner got ill and decided he'd have to sell the wool pack, it was like fate was trying to tell me something. Me and my Gavin with our own country pub. It's always been my dream.
I'm sorry, I still don't see what the problem is.
I can't get the money to buy the place. I've tried all the banks down to the shadiest moneylenders. They've all turned me down.
Well, sometimes dreams can take a little longer to come true.
But I've told my Gavin I've got the money.
Then you'll just have to explain that your enthusiasm ran away with you.
Leave me.
Not if he loves you.
I'm no fool. A man like Gavin can have his pick of any girl he chooses. If I fail him on this, I've lost him forever.
You really have to tell him the truth. And soon.
I've told you I can't.
It's doing you no good bottling everything up like this. Much better to get it out in the open. If he really loves you, he'll understand. Okay, you told a lie. But it was because you were trying to do something for your future together. Gavin will see that.
But I failed.
No, you didn't. The only failure in life is giving up. And you're much too single-minded to ever do that.
You're right. There must be other loan companies.
That's not quite what I meant. I still think you should tell Gavin.
Oh, I will once I've secured a loan. But it's been really helpful talking things over.
I'm always here if you need to talk.
Such a kind man. I better go. Duty calls. Mwah. Thanks for everything, Ashley.
Thanks, Angie. It's been good to get it out of my system.
The question is, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I guess I'll have to talk to him. Make him see things my way.
And if that doesn't work, I can always lend you some handcuffs.
Jack and I don't talk enough. It's partly my fault. I've become distant since he had his affair. I don't think I've ever really forgiven him. Rachel's death just brought it all back.
Where the hell have you been, Sarah? I thought you were going to give me a hand.
Oh, We were just having a coffee. I didn't notice the time.
I really ought to be going. I'm on duty at 2.
Thanks, Angie. It's been great having the chat.
You're welcome.
You didn't have to be so rude.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. But you know I needed help. Could have picked a better day for your social life.
I had some things I needed to sort out in my mind. Maybe we could talk about them over lunch.
I haven't got time for lunch, thanks to you.
Well, make time, Jack.
OK, we'll talk while we're out, in the fields, working. Be nice if you brought a flask and some sandwiches out, if that's not too much trouble.
Fine. If that's the way you want it.
I was wondering if there was any news of our bid.
I've started doing a preliminary breakdown of the financial arrangements. Do you want me to talk them through with you?
Oh, I'm not very good with figures. I thought I'd leave that side to you.
Yes, exactly. I'm the brains behind the scenes, and you're the charming public face. That's why we're the perfect team.
And you think it'll happen soon?
Yeah, so long as you remember not to mention our little arrangement with anyone. This village is so full of petty jealousies. I wouldn't like anyone to spoil it.
Well, I'm sure you know best, Eric.
Yeah, pint, please, Trish.
Coming up.
Right, I'll, better get going. Bye.
Bye.
What were you on about?
Just passing the time of day. Small talk.
Oh, I'll keep it like that if I were you. He's a slippery customer, poor lad. Not to be trusted.
I'll bear it in mind.
I hear you got the money together to buy this place.
That's right.
Lucky. Who do you know with that kind of cash?
Not just one person, Terry. Got lots of investors lined up. Ta. Sorry, am I interrupting something?
Summer Fair committee meeting.
Graham's doing a splendid job. We seem to have settled everything.
Except the cake stall.
Yes, I wonder what happened to Sarah.
She's probably busy haymaking.
I'm sure she's got everything under control, as usual. Thanks for all your help, Graham.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Thanks for the
I was just checking you weren't too lonely since you moved back, but I see you've had plenty of company.
That's good to keep myself busy. And I'd played gooseberry too long.
Oh, Graham, neither of us felt like that.
Biff certainly did. Come on, let's be honest about this, Kathy.
Well, OK, but that didn't stop us both being concerned about you.
I'm fine. You can concentrate on your own lives now. I guess it won't be long before he's moving in.
We're not even thinking about that at the moment. Just taking things one day at a time. That was Biff's idea. He doesn't want to rush me into anything. Maybe he's starting to have second thoughts.
Thought you were bringing me some sandwiches.
I'll be glad to, once you've settled my account.
What are you talking about?
The service is rendered.
Oh, I don't have time for games.
Fine. I'll read it to you. Your account is now overdue for farm labouring, cooking and cleaning and other domestic chores, also for doing the farm accounts. I've charged everything at £3.60 an hour, which is more than fair. You owe me thousands.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, you used to pay Ned.
Well, Ned's an employee. You're my wife.
That doesn't give you the right to exploit me.
I don't. I work just as hard as you do. We're a team.
Well, you might believe that, Jack. But you've certainly got no doubt about who the captain is. I don't have a say about anything.
Look, I know things have been hard for both of us. But if we work together and get the farm back into profit, things will start looking up again.
I don't care about the farm, Jack. That's your dream. It's turned into my nightmare. And that's why I'm going on strike.
What?
Well, it's the only way to make you realise how much I do for you. And when that's finally sunk in, maybe we can talk about where we go from there.
One way or another, I think I'm finished with the fashion business. Let's just hope I can shift this lot the summer fair, eh?
As long as it don't get into trouble again.
That wasn't my fault. That was Slimy Torag Pollard. Be had a knocking before you come visiting.
Mr. Dingle never bothered in our house. What are you worried about anyway? These are stolen goods.
They are not, and I'll be done for slander if you repeat that.
Mum says you're all crooks. Bet he was shaking when you realised she'd moved in next door.
No, just fed up with police harassment. They're always trying to pin stuff on us.
That why you've been in jail?
She had no right telling you that. I've served my sentence. I'm entitled to a clean slate.
Till the next time you done any bank jobs.
Just you get out of here! Mandy, don't let her upset you. She's only a kid. You don't understand. Bad enough trying to earn an honest crust when you're a dingle. With her mum bad-mouthing me, I've got no chance.
If I knew anyone who'd guarantee the loan, I wouldn't be asking you, would I?
Hey! Where'd you get them vegetables?
I grew them.
Whoa! What are you using for fertiliser? You've only just moved in.
I grew them on my allotment, and now I'm going to go enter them in the summer fair contest.
You'll be wasting your time, lad. That's for proper gardeners.
Well, there's no harm in trying.
Thanks for nothing.
No, I haven't asked Jack, and I don't intend to. I'm just going to tell him it's how it's going to be. All right, thanks. I'll see you then. Bye.
We've done our homework. Is tea ready?
It's in the oven. It'll be about half an hour.
Can I watch telly till then?
I need to talk to you first. I've done a rota for the washing up and a few other chores.
That's not fair.
Look, boys, there's going to be quite a few changes round here.
Where have you been?
I had things to do and I knew there'd be plenty of staff on.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Staffing arrangements for the summer fair. Mandy'll be working in my tent.
I'm bar manager and I say who works where, and Mandy'll be doing my tent.
I got organised first, so I should get first pick.
There's really no need to argue about this. I'm sure Mandy could do a shift in both.
Well, I don't see how. She's got her own clothes stall to run.
I'll manage.
Thank you, Mandy. You see? It's easily resolved.
Will you stop making waves, Paddy? I'll cope, but I need the money.
Gavin, I really need to talk to you.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
You do?
Yeah, well, Trish really starting to get you down about the summer fair business, isn't she?
It's a bit more than that.
OK, so Turner's really impressed with her right now, but... Well, sooner or later, she's going to have to admit she's been lying about the money. Then everyone will be laughing at her.
You're right. It's not worth talking about.
You do yourself up. I'll be with you in a minute.
Where are you off to?
I'm going to stay with my sister. I'm taking Victoria.
It's the middle of haymaking.
Yeah, well, that's your problem, Jack. Maybe you better start thinking about mine.
What are you talking about?
Well, you'll have a lot of time to think about it. I've left plenty of food in the freezer, so I'm sure you'll be able to cope.
Don't you think we should at least talk about this?
Jack, I've tried to talk to you about it hundreds of times, but you've always been too busy. I don't want to have a row in front of Victoria.
How long will you be gone?
Well, until you realise that things have got to change. So it's up to you. Meantime, I'll have a nice rest.
Sarah, you can't do this.
Just watch me. Bye, Jack.